In June of 2014, a 92-year-old man died in a small town in Vermont. His name was Ronald Read. He had spent his whole life as a gas station attendant and a part-time janitor. He owned one old Toyota. He held his winter coat together with a safety pin, and strangers at the diner sometimes paid for his breakfast because they assumed he couldn't. Then his will was read. Ronald Read, the janitor, was worth $8 million. He left $6 million of it to the town library and the local hospital, the biggest gift either had ever received. His neighbors, his friends, even his stepchildren, nobody had known. Not a hint. Not once in 50 years. Here's what matters about that story. Ronald Read wasn't a genius, and he never earned big money. He did something much rarer. He got rich in total silence, and it turns out the silence wasn't a quirk. The silence was the strategy. Today, the Quiet Wealth Playbook. 9 rules for building money that nobody sees coming, including a Japanese method from 1904 that turns small salaries into fortunes, and the reason your salary disappears that has nothing to do with what you earn. Stay to the end, because the last rule is the one that made Ronald Read possible. First, understand why loud money dies. Researchers call it the keeping up effect. Your spending is set less by your income than by the income of the people you compare yourself to. Get a raise, move to a nicer street, and the raise evaporates, because the street raised your definition of normal. Visible wealth also attracts exactly 3 things. We said it last episode: sellers, borrowers, and lawsuits. The moment people believe you have money, everyone around you develops expensive ideas about how you should use it. And there's a third leak. The sneakiest one: announcing. Psychologists have found that telling people your goals gives your brain a taste of the achievement before you've achieved it, and the drive quietly dies. The dieter who announces the diet, the saver who announces the number. Loud plans leak, quiet plans compound. Rule number 1, look slightly poorer than you are. Not fake poor, just one notch below your bracket. The largest millionaire study in America found the wealthy systematically drive used cars and live in unremarkable houses, while high-earning broke people drive the newest ones. Ronald Read's coat had a safety pin. His portfolio had 95 stocks. The move: when you level up your money, don't level up your look. Every upgrade you skip is invisible armor. Nobody escalates against a person they've already decided is ordinary. Picture 2 neighbors. One drives a leased German sedan he can barely cover, $600 a month, forever, and everyone on the street calls him successful. The other drives a paid-off Camry and quietly owns index funds worth more than the flashy one's entire life. One missed paycheck separates the first man from a repo truck. Nothing separates the second man from anything. The street admires the wrong house, and the second man doesn't care because admiration was never the goal. Freedom was. Rule number 2, keep the book. In 1904, Japan's first female journalist, Hani Motoko, invented kakeibo, the household ledger, a physical book and a pen. No app, no spreadsheet. Every yen written by hand, because handwriting makes spending hurt a little, and that little hurt is the point. Households running kakeibo routinely save a quarter to a third of modest incomes. Kakeibo asks 4 questions at the start of every month. How much money do I have? How much do I want to save? How much am I spending? How can I improve? 4 questions, 5 minutes, once a month. The move: buy a notebook this week. Cheapest financial tool on earth. Highest success rate per dollar ever invented. Why does a paper book beat every app? Because researchers keep finding the same thing. The pain of paying is a feature, not a bug. Apps anesthetize it. That's literally their pitch: frictionless. Handwriting restores the friction. When you write $47 takeout with your own hand for the 3rd time in a week, no notification on earth hits that hard. Rule number 3, money has become invisible. Make yours visible again. You tap a card, you click buy, and nothing leaves your hand. Studies consistently find people spend more with cards than with cash for exactly this reason: no pain signal. The Japanese method fights back with envelopes of physical cash for daily spending. When the envelope thins, your hands know before your brain does. The move: pull 1 week of spending money in cash. Just 1 week. Most people are shocked twice. Once at how fast it goes, and once at how much less they spend when they can feel it going. Your grandparents already knew this. The envelope system, rent envelope, grocery envelope, fun envelope, ran millions of households before banks convinced everyone it was old-fashioned. It's back, because it never stopped working. The envelope can't be overdrawn. When it's empty, the month's answer is simply no. Rule number 4, tell no one your number. Not your salary, not your savings, not your net worth, not your coworkers, not your cousins, and this one stings, not even most of your friends. The moment your number is known, every relationship gets a silent price tag hung on it. What you should pay for, lend, cover, and celebrate. The move. Build one polite sentence and practice it. We're keeping things simple this year. It answers every nosy question ever asked, and it is always true. And if that feels cold, look at what the alternative costs. The cousin who needs just a small loan the week after your bonus becomes visible. The wedding where your gift is silently expected to be triple everyone else's. The friend who stops splitting bills evenly because you can afford it. None of those people are evil. They're just responding to information. Information you never had to release. Rule number 5. Run silent accounts. Your wealth should live where you never accidentally see or show it. A separate bank, no card, no app on the home screen. You learned this as the out-of-sight rule in the $10,000 episode. Quiet wealth just adds one layer. Out of their sight too. Statements go paperless. Windfalls go straight there before anyone hears about them. The move. Next unexpected money, bonus, refund, gift, banks silently within 24 hours. If nobody knew it arrived, nobody minds where it went. Watch what happens at any office on bonus day. Within a month, the parking lot upgrades. Visible money begs to be spent, and announced money gets spent fastest of all. The quiet ones bank the bonus the same afternoon, same job, same bonus, opposite decade. Rule number 6. Buy quality once, quietly. There's a famous piece of economics called the boots theory. Cheap boots cost $10 and die in a season. Good boots cost $50 and last a decade, so the poor man pays more for boots over 10 years than the rich man ever does. Quiet wealth buys the good boots, the plain, excellent version of everything, and never the logo version, because the logo is where the price doubles and the value doesn't. The move. Next time something wears out, replace it with the boring, best-made version you can afford. Cost per year, not cost per purchase. That's the whole calculation. Run the boots math once and you'll never unsee it. The $10 boots, replaced every year, cost $100 a decade plus wet feet. The $50 boots cost $50 and a resole. Cheap is a subscription. Quality is a purchase. The rich buy fewer, better things and tell no one what they cost. Rule number 7. Build income that doesn't honk. A flashy side hustle announces itself. The merch, the posts, the hustle talk. Dividends are silent. Interest is silent. An index fund has never once tagged you in a post. Ronald Read's 95 dividend stocks paid him quietly for 50 years, and the town found out at the funeral. The move. Aim every spare dollar at assets that pay without performing. If your money makes noise, it's spending. If it makes silence, it's probably compounding. And silent income snowballs in a way loud income can't. Ronald Read reinvested every dividend for 5 decades. The payments bought more shares, which paid more dividends, which bought more shares. By the end, his portfolio was paying him more per year than his salary ever had. Nobody heard a thing. Rule number 8. Master the silent no. The wealthy and quiet share a default answer to upgrades, invitations to spend, and you deserve it marketing. No, said internally, with no announcement and no debate. Every yes is public and celebrated. Every no is private and free. Nobody ever threw you a party for the car you didn't buy, and that car is exactly why you'll be free 10 years sooner. The move. For 1 month, let your default answer to every non-essential purchase be a silent 24-hour no. Anything that still matters tomorrow, buy without guilt. 90% won't survive the night. Rule number 9. Compound in the dark. This is the rule that made Ronald Read possible. Compounding's only real enemy is interruption, and interruptions come from outside. The relative who needs a loan, the friend with an opportunity, the voice at the party asking why you're being so careful. Secrecy isn't shame. Secrecy is a greenhouse. 50 quiet years turned a janitor's paycheck into $8 million and a town's new library wing. The move. Pick your one quiet number, the goose, the shield, the war chest, whichever stage you're at, and tell exactly one person on Earth or nobody at all. Then let the dark do what the dark does best. Because here's the final number, and it's the whole story. A janitor's $300 a month, compounding quietly for 50 years at the market's long-run average, is roughly $2 million. No lottery, no startup, no inheritance, just time, silence, and the discipline to never interrupt. The dark isn't hiding your money, it's protecting the miracle. The 9 rules. Quietly. Look one notch poorer. Keep the book. Feel the cash. Tell no one your number. Silent accounts. Quality once. Income that doesn't honk. The silent no. And compound in the dark. Ronald Read never gave a single money interview. Never wrote a book. Never told a soul. And he out-invested almost every loud expert of his lifetime. The quietest person in the room is very often the richest. Now you know why. Tell me in the comments, Anonymously, no numbers, which rule are you starting this week? And if you've been building quietly for years, you're allowed to say nothing at all. I'll understand. Next video, the $25 habit that quietly outruns a full-time job. The math your bank hopes you never run. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there.